How can you have khushu'? How can you, what is khushu'? Reverential awe, humility. How? You'll be like that man. The famous story of the man who, when the Imam was leading the people in prayer, there was a big argument afterwards. Did he pray 4 rak'ah or 3 rak'ah? No one could decide, was it 3 or 4. There was one man, he said, no, I know you prayed 4. I am 100%, wallahi, thumma wallahi, uqsum billah, whatever they say all these things, you prayed 4. So they said, how do you know? He said, I have 4 shops. Yeah. In each rak'ah, I do quickly the accounts for each of my shop. Yeah. And I know you only got to the 3rd shop. Yeah. Is our prayer like that? We laugh. Is that what our prayer is like? Allahu Akbar. Then everything comes to you. Every thought from everything except Allah. So I have a challenge. This is really a challenge. This will make you happy in your life. Believe me, it will make you happy. Why? Because it will teach you, and this is how Islam if we follow Islam properly, we will see. Because if you study the psychology of what makes people happy, you will find that there are certain criteria. It doesn't come from being lazy. You will never be happy from being lazy. You will get happy by aiming for some goal or objective that is achievable, but it has to be on the edge of what is achievable. If it's too easy, you won't get satisfaction. If it's too hard, you will fall into despair. And this amazing thing, if it's too hard, you won't bother. And here we have a salah. No, I don't mean, making the actions. That's not so hard, right? Or maybe for some people it is. But here it is. This is achievable for everybody. However, it's difficult. But it is achievable. And it's a goal that you can aim for and build up to you. And when you get it, subhanallah, the feeling of satisfaction will be incredible. Here it is. Try to pray 2 rak'ah and think about nothing except Allah. Try to pray 2 rak'ah. I mean, whenever you pray your salah, have this in your mind. Your objective is to pray at least 2 rak'ah of that prayer, and you think of, when I say you think of nothing except Allah, right? I mean, everything you say in the prayer is thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So your focus is entirely on the prayer, praising Allah, worshipping Allah, filling yourself with the awe and the reverence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any other thought that comes in about the world, about what you're going to eat later, what you're going to, that has to be out. Try it. You'll find that you can do it, you can achieve bits of it, but you'll see also it's hard. But it's not something you can't achieve. When you begin to achieve that, believe me, you will reach an amazing state inside yourself. Because if you can actually do that, then you will begin to realize that if you can do it in your salah, then it is a state of internal dimension you can maintain at any time. And that means that when you reach that condition, those external things do not affect you anymore. You can carry that outside of your prayer into the rest of your life, and you will find that it brings incredible peace and tranquility and serenity and happiness in your life. So this is the key. The salah is the key. Focus on that. First of all, okay, make sure that you are doing your standing and your bowing and your sujood with ease. You're not moving like the chicken pecking on the ground and that type of stuff. The Prophet said, people who pray like that have got nothing to do with me. They're not from my ummah. When the person's pecking the ground. And when they don't straighten their back, and they don't rest in each position, when the Prophet ﷺ saw a man praying like that, he said, go back and pray again. You didn't pray. You did not pray. Twice he told him. Again the man said, "O Prophet of Allah, I don't know any other way to pray." And then the Prophet ﷺ told him about how to pray properly, so that so the bones rest. You should rest in each. This is the minimum you need to get khushu' in the prayer. Then you need to focus. In order to now, if you already know the meaning of the words and you're still having problem with the khushu' and still the thoughts, it may be because it's become too much of a routine. You know all the words, you know all the meanings, you're just saying the same thing. What you need to do is make some changes. There are many variations, for example, of the tashahhud. There are several variations of it from the sunnah. So you could learn another one. There are different, of course you can recite different ayat of the Quran after Surah Al-Fatiha. There are different dua that you can make in the ruku' and the sajda. So there are different ways that you can use in order to make it a little bit of a change. And there are other techniques that you can use in order to focus and concentrate in the prayer in order to get khushu'. So this is one and we could mention anyway all the pillars of Islam. Subhanallah, Zakah and Ramadan and Hajj, all of them also, they all contribute in different ways to making you a more internally peaceful and tranquil human being and making your life better. But I haven't got time to go into all of that, because I want to mention something very important before the time is up. So one of the things I wanted to mention now, I wanted to mention two more things if we've got time. Now I wanted to mention a few things about our family life. Okay? Because it all has to start, by the way, brothers and sisters, with you reforming yourself. If you don't have peace inside yourself, you are not going to be able to bring peace into your family life. Alright? If you shout and scream, your wife will shout and scream, and then your kids will shout and scream. If you have to beat your kids the whole time, they will turn into adults who will beat people up. That's what it is. You teach them that the way to deal with problems is through violence. By and large, it has to be an absolute law. I am upon the opinion of those scholars who say it is haram, it